Hi soul family, welcome back to the channel. This is the White Feather Tarot, and in today's reading we're doing what draws people to you. I think this is going to be a very interesting reading, and as usual, to do this reading we are going to be picking our 4 piles together. So for pile number 1 we have the Hierophant. For pile number 2 we have the Magician. For pile number 3, we have the 5 of Pentacles. And for pile number 4, we have the Page of Pentacles. So take a look at which one of these 4 piles you're the most drawn to, and that's probably the pile for you here today. If you feel drawn to more than one pile, and in fact, if you feel drawn to all of the piles, trust your intuition. It will always guide you to the right readings. And as usual, you'll find the timestamps down in the description box. Click on your times and I'll see you in your readings. Hey guys, I left this section for those of you who enjoy watching the shuffling project and process and card picking process as well. I find it very calming, and it would be really nice for us to do it together. So first I'm going to show you the decks that I'll be using for this reading. I'll be using these 3 oracle decks first. And then we'll bring out your tarot cards. By the way, if you're interested in any of the decks that I ever do in the readings, I always leave their names down in the description box. Okay, so let's shuffle with intention. What draws people to the people watching this video, please? What draws people to them? What draws people to them, please? So we have 1, 2, 3, and 4. Let's pick the second oracle with the same intention. What draws people? I feel this one, so we got to take it out. What draws people to them, please? Ooh, this one's coming out. 2, 3, and 4. Great. Now for the last oracle card that we're going to be using for this reading. What draws people to them, please? Thank you. Wow, that was quick. 1. I feel this one. 2. I feel this one. 3 and 4. Right, now let's take out our tarot cards. We'll be using the Osho deck and the Gentle Tarot. So let's shuffle with intention. What draws people to them, please? Can we kindly know? What draws people to them? What draws people to them, please? Thank you. Oh, so we have 1, 2, 3, and 4. 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 Lovely. One more deck to go. Let's shuffle with intention for the last time together. What draws people to them, please? Thank you. 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, and 3. Thank you. All right, so let's organize them now together. That is pile number 1. Ooh. All right. That's pile number 1 there. Okay. That'll be pile 2. Lovely. That'll be 3. The 5 of Pentacles here. Right. Ooh. And last but not least, that will be pile number 4. Okay, guys, I guess we are now ready. We have our pile set, and now you can pick your pile so we can start. Hi, pile number 1. So you've chosen the Hierophant. So let's take a look at your cards together and find out what you have, so that we can find out what draws people to you. So first and foremost, you have the 3rd house, wow, which is learning, childhood relations, the rational mind, communication. Okay, let's keep it here for now. Ooh, sorry about that. Okay, we'll keep this here for now, the Hierophant. Okay. You have, along with that, the Moon with timing. Interesting, okay. I'm just gonna keep it here for now. Okay. You have, oh, the tarantula. Interesting. What an interesting combination, pile number 1. Okay. All along with the Hierophant. Right. Let's take a look at the rest of your tarot cards now. You know what we can do? We can push these piles up a little bit so that we have more space. Yes, that is much better. Okay. So you have Justice. You have the 8 of Pentacles. Okay. The Ace of Cups. And the Hermit. Interesting. Okay, and last but not least, let's take a look at your last 3 cards. Ooh, you have the King of Pentacles with abundance, the 7 of Swords with politics, and the 9 of Cups with laziness. Very strong character indeed, pile number 1. That's what I can tell you first and foremost as I take a look initially at your reading. So with the Hierophant and the 3rd house, first and foremost, what I see draws people to you, pile number 1, is that you seem to be someone who's educated, who knows what they're talking about, and very interesting to listen to. So if you are in general with people, if you're at work or with a group of friends or even with family, you always have something enlightening to say, something interesting to say. I see that you're the type of character here who likes to dip your toes into different ponds, where you like to learn a little bit about everything here and there. If it were up to you, you would love to dig deep into everything, actually. It's just that you don't have all the time to do that. But you love to read about different things here and there and put it together. And it makes you this interesting character that you are. One that knows a little bit about everything nearly. And you put things together as you speak. You speak a little bit about finances, and then you get into economics with demand, and then you can talk about health, and so on and so forth, and analyze a whole situation into why people behave the way they do, putting into consideration everything related to the argument that you're talking about. And it really makes you a very interesting person. It makes people love learning from you. A lot of people just give it to you. They love letting you go on and on and on, because they wonder what you're going to say next. They feel like a lot of people around you, pile number one, feel like they can listen to you talk forever. In fact, they do wish. You just don't seem to be someone who's free. You seem to be a very busy person to me, pile number one, which may even increase this allure that you have towards you. And so people find this opportunity to finally have some nice time with you, and it's like you are the entertainment. They want to, some people like to what's the word, intrigue you, like to nudge you so that you can start talking, they can challenge you so that you can start talking and saying your point of view, and from there they feel like they're enjoying their time very much, because they love what you're saying, pile number one. They just love listening to you. You have a lot of people around you who love listening to the interesting things that you have to say. It almost feels like a story. It's full of intellect, and it's like they go into another world as they listen to the beauty that you have in your mind. And it's never expected where you're going to take them with your ideas, and with how you're going to put things together, and the conclusions you're going to make, and where you're going to move from one topic into another. And it's so smooth, so seamless the way you do it, pile number one. And the people around you really enjoy that fact about you. Now, along with that, pile number one, you seem to be quite chilled, relaxed when dealing with people. And so you bring out nice positive energy that relaxes the people around you. And you also come across as quite diplomatic. You're pleasant to everyone. You do seem, of course, like someone who is ready with the snake here and the tarantula, of course. You do seem behind this graceful mask like someone who possesses strong energy, who's ready to attack and bite if someone were to disrespect. You are feared, but greatly respected. Pile number one. And what draws people to you is that they can see, despite the fact that you are not easy to deal with, if you put on the other face, you choose to put on the kind, graceful face. It really seeps through you. People can see it. They see your strong character exuding from the niceness that you display, pile number one. And it gives you this calm, confident poise that people enjoy watching. They get this confident energy from you, pile number one. They enjoy sitting with you and feeling your comfort, especially when you're in a good mood. It makes them have this feeling like the leader is happy, the leader is chilled. You know, you have that sort of vibe to you, pile number one. Speaking of leadership, let's talk about work a little bit, because that's popping in your reading. Your work is very important to you. You have the King of Pentacles here. You have the Eight of Pentacles as well. And you have the Ace of Cups right next to your work cards, along with Justice. And that really shows me, pile number one, is that you're very knowledgeable in what you're doing. You're very good. In fact, with the tarantula, It seems to me like you're following your dharma, or what you're meant to do in this lifetime. You're following your life mission. You're very skilled at what you do, and you love with the justice. You love to do it with so much quality. You take care of the little details. You do it with so much love, and it makes you a very successful person. On top of all of that, you're very knowledgeable, like we can see here, in your field, and it's helping you grow exponentially, and it's going to take you to places one day. With the rabbit here, I do see, and especially with the King of Pentacles as well, it seems like you're going to be creating a lot of abundance, by the way, one day, pile number 1. So very nice to meet you. And what draws people to you is that at work, is that they learn from you first and foremost. They love watching how accurate you are, how careful you are, how intelligent you are when it comes to your work. You bring out creative ideas that you just know are going to work. You have plans that you set out. You very easily are able to pinpoint mistakes, correct them, help guide others into the right path in terms of your dharma here. You're very knowledgeable, yes, at work, and you make a great leader there. And what draws people to you is because they feel like they're working with someone who knows what they're doing, who loves what they're doing, and is pretty unique in their field. And a lot of people, excuse me, pile number 1, would love to learn from you. They feel like by spending time with you, they're planting the seeds to great kickstart or a great phase of their lives where they'll learn so much so that they can give as well in their careers later on. Such an interesting character here, pile number 1. What I can tell you most that is very apparent in your reading is your strong character, your skills, and your knowledge, pile number 1. But you do seem here with the Hermit to me that despite all of that, you respect your alone time very much. You like to rejuvenate, recuperate, and do the things that are interested to you, wind down. And so sometimes, actually most of the time, you're not easily accessible. And so when you do finally appear and come out into the light, people are very happy to see you, and they want to make the best use of their time that they have available with you at the moment, whether these are your friends, family members, or distant family, or of course the people that you work with, pile number 1. With the early learning and the childhood relations in the 3rd house, not only are you a great leader, you could also be a teacher, pile number 1, or a professor who is able to deliver their information in a very clear way. You know how Einstein says, if you're not able to explain it simply, then you don't understand it. And I feel like you're able to present the information to people, to your students, in a way that is very clear, simple, easy to digest, and full of important information. Pile number 1, something that is very unique to you here. And this is why if you have students, your students are very attentive. They listen to you very well. They feel like they finally understand the topic that you're presenting. Pile number 1. Or all in all, even if you're not a teacher or a professor, you're someone, like we said, who's very good at talking, very good at presenting the information, and whatever you say, it's very easy to digest. People enjoy listening to it. Pile number 1. They enjoy listening to you. There's no question about that. People love listening to you. Also, what draws people to you and make them love you and appreciate you. Pile number 1 is with the Ace of Cups here. You seem to be someone who's very helpful. You like to lend a hand to those who ask you for it. You're quite empathetic, despite of your strong character. And of course, that does not mean that being empathetic does not have a strong character. I'm talking about how people see it. That's the wrong understanding of empathy, of course. And so the way people see it, that despite the fact that you can say no easily, you choose to say yes. You feel people, and you more often than not love to give a helping hand, provide the knowledge or the information that you have to help out in a certain situation, and people really appreciate that. They admire that about you, and it really draws them to you. It makes them feel like they want to get to know you better and see this unique combination of a character that you have here, pile number 1. I admire you a lot as well, and yes, I have a lot of love for you, pile number 1. I'm also seeing here with the moon that you are quite, of course, a psychic person. You're in touch with your intuition. But with the rabbit here, your intuition is serving you most, if not in other areas, of course, don't get me wrong, but what I'm seeing, what is helping you most is at work. Both moon cards are appearing with the work card. You have a very strong intuition, and you're able to combine very well your masculine energy as well as your feminine energy. And it makes you very unique to the people around you. It makes you a great manifester. And it's like where one person is usually more towards their masculine energy or others more towards their feminine energy. You have this balance between the two. And of course, people feel like you take everything into consideration. You follow your intuition. You listen to perhaps what clients have to say, or you listen to your employees, but you also listen to your intuition. You do the right thing. You're open to learning. You're open to putting things together, and you're open to listen to what scientists have to say, and perhaps what other unpopular opinions have that make sense. You wouldn't take it fully, but you wouldn't let it go either. Yeah, you're a very deep person for sure. You take your time to think and consider things, and at the end of the day, it makes you form interesting opinions and interesting actions that people love watching. Pile number 1. They love watching you at work. They love watching you see what you're going to do next. So pile number 1, that was your reading. It was a pleasure doing this reading for you. And if you've enjoyed it, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel so that you never miss a reading that I upload. Don't forget to click on your notification bell, and I'll catch you in the next reading. Bye. Hi, pile number 2. So you've chosen the Magician. So let's take a look at your cards and find out exactly what draws people to you. Pile number 2. Ooh, so you already have Sagittarius here with optimism, exploration, and freedom. I understand this pile straight away. Seeing the Magician and Sagittarius here, I'm starting to understand what your energy is all about. Pile number 2. Right, let's find out more. You have the Familiar. Okay, interesting. You have ooh, you have the Sea Serpent. See how it reflects? So beautiful. Sorry about that. I was nerding out about it. All right, let's take a look at your tarot cards. Pile number 2, you have the World. Wow. wow, okay, I'm starting to see something else as well. You have the World card. Such an interesting pile, this one. Wow, the 9 of Cups, pile number 2. Who are you? What is going on here? The Sun, pile number 2. Oh, the Seed of Thunder, which is the Page of Swords. I love your character. Now, I would definitely be very drawn to you, pile number 2. You have the 7 of Wands with stress here. You have the 3 of Wands with experiencing. And you have the Queen of Cups with healing. Where do I begin? Pile number 2. So first of all, let's start with the obvious in terms of your physical qualities. It seems like you're a very beautiful person, pile number 2. I see eyes here. There's something about your eyes, your hair, your features. It seems like you are a very attractive person. Pile number 2. Can we see that now? Yes, now we can. You're a very attractive person to people. All this fire going on and the eyes. So what draws people to you initially are your physical features. And now I'm going to get into more, but with the World card appearing in your reading, I most certainly here feel that people think, wow, pile number 2 really has it all. They have everything. And you seem to be attractive with a attractive personality, someone who has a lot of blessings in life, someone who to people seem like they have it all, someone who's poised. You have a very bubbly, happy personality. It doesn't have to be bubbly. For some of you, it's bubbly and fun, and it brings a lot of positivity to people's hearts. But in whichever way you do it, pile number 2, with Sagittarius here, you're at the end of the day, you seem optimistic to people. You seem like you're a free soul. You're not afraid of anyone. And you're out there to have fun. And your fun character overall, the way you present yourself, the way the way you're free from worries, from what other people think or do, it's just like you're very comfortable in your own skin. Pile number 2, you have this je ne sais quoi kind of energy to you, nonchalant energy to you. Pile number 2, and it really draws people to you. It makes them very attracted to you, this confidence that you exude. You don't allow people to dim your light. You don't allow people to put you down. You don't allow people to bring down your mood. You exude positivity and happiness unapologetically. It doesn't matter who's trying to do what. You're confidently going to continue to exude that light, to appear, to be happy in your surrounding. No one's gonna put off that happiness that you have. Pile number 2. And so taking a look at your character, your happy outlook to life, the positivity that you bring into people's hearts, the way you look and your poise, along, of course, with the 3 of Wands, with experiencing here, you seem to also be a well-rounded and well-educated person. And so you're interesting to talk to as well, pile number 2. And, of course, taking a look at the Page of Swords, it seems like your adventure has led you to interesting stories to tell. And you have a lot of interesting experiences to share. And this all adds to your aura and who you are as a person. And it puts all eyes on you, pile number 2. So you cannot not be seen, my dear pile. And it's like you are at the center of any environment or any... Of course, you're at the center of any environment that you choose to get into. And people choose to put you there because they want to look at you. They want to see you. They want to get the time observe you more and see what you're all about. You make them feel good, pile number 2. And the reason for all this, quite frankly, is that your aura is quite magical, pile number 2. On top of that, you have healing here with the Queen of Cups, and you have the Sea Serpent, which is also all about healing wounds. And I feel like you're a gentle person, pile number 2. There's gentleness to you, and people heal listening to you. I think here you seem to be, yes, healing energy all around your aura, for sure. And I feel like you're a wise person. You're not judgmental at all. And I feel like people de-stress when they are around you and when they talk to you. And so what really draws people to you is your empathy, how you handle people in a non-judgmental way. You feel for them, you put yourself in their shoes, and you genuinely take concern of what they're saying. You don't just blurb out any advice just to make yourself sound confident and all-knowing. No. You take the time to listen to people properly, to feel for them, to put yourself in their shoes and to see what you would do if you were in their situation. You don't ever give unrequited advice, unsolicited advice, but you rather give your wisdom gently. And if you feel like people are willing to listen to your wisdom, you speak kindly, gracefully, with a lot of class, and you are very focused on genuinely helping the person with key things that would truly heal them. And I feel like the more people listen to you, pile number 2, the more they want to hear more, the more they want to allow you to help them, and you do so with your heart, pile number 2. And this makes people really love you, and it draws people to you. It creates this reputation surrounding you, that you're a genuinely good person, and people gather around you and they love you for the good person that you are, pile number 2. You're not fake at all. All of the things that are mentioned in this reading are truly yours. You're not trying to fake them to appear as such. This is who you genuinely are. And at the end of the day, with the Magician, you seem very magnetic. With the Familiar here, it shows that the people who get to know you, they almost feel like they want to become family with you forever. Pile number 2. It's very hard for people, once they get to know you and to get to see how beautiful you are inside out, and how interesting you are, and how fun you are, and how you bring so much love and light and happiness to people's hearts. It's very hard for people to be able to leave you once they get to know all of these things about you. It's very hard for people. Most often than not, you're the one who walks away from people when they don't share the same energy with you, or when you feel like it's just not the right connection. And when that happens, it's like you're pulling yourself away from people. They feel like their skin is coming out by letting go of you. It's definitely not easy for people at all to let you go, pile number 2. You are well loved, my dear pile. Beautiful. I love your character, pile number 2. I can't help but feel with the World card here and Sagittarius, it seems like you've grown up in different environments. Maybe you have parents from different nationalities, and you've grown up between 2 or maybe more different cultures. Maybe you even traveled around the world, or you traveled in different countries, you traveled in different states or different parts of your country. There is this different culture to you, pile number 2, and it makes you seem very intriguing and very interesting to the people you meet. And that's one of the reasons people are drawn to you when they first meet you. They question, who is this person, this pile number 2? Are they this? Are they that? But they seem to speak this, and they seem to do that, and they dress like this, but they work as that. What a combination! Who is this person? And you don't fit in a specific place with Sagittarius and the world here. It's like you fit everywhere, and yet you don't come from a specific place. You are your own unique person, pile number 2, and it makes you very intriguing and very interesting to the people who watch you from afar and want to get to know more about you. There's certainly a lot of curiosity constantly about you everywhere you go. People wondering in their minds, who's this person? Where are they from? What are they doing? What do they do as their job? There are so many questions surrounding you, pile number 2, and it makes you very interesting to people. I'm seeing a lot of gaze in your readings. A lot of people gazing at you, pile number 2. And I feel like, no, it's not just people, of course, which we've discussed throughout your reading, but along with that, with the matters of the heart, I do feel like romantic potential partners. You have a lot of romantic potential partners, a lot of eyes on you, pile number 2. There are always a lot of people interested in you, whether they have the courage to come and talk to you. Because if they do, they will realize you're a very loving person, as I can see here. But because you're so attractive and you're so unique and different, at first you seem to be very interesting, very attractive, and a lot of people would love to come and talk to you, would like to come and get to know you. They're very drawn and attracted to you. A lot of people are attracted to you, pile number 2. And with the familiar, again, they would like to be your partner. You have a lot of that around you, pile number 2. People are easily drawn to you, whether they do actually come and speak or not, because we have stress here. So this signifies that a lot of people could initially be a little bit intimidated, especially with your unique culture here. They're not sure what you're gonna think or how things would work out with you. There are other things that would that would pull them to you, but would stress them out at the same time. Maybe they compare themselves to you. It's just going to differ between one person or the other. But at the end of the day, you have a lot of eyes on you, pile number 2, and a lot of romantic interests around you, pile number 2. I loved your pile number 2. You're such an interesting character. It was such a pleasure doing this reading for you. And if you've enjoyed it, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel so that you never miss a reading that I upload. Don't forget to click on your notification bell. And I'll catch you in the next reading. Bye. Hi, pile number 3. So you've chosen the 5 of Pentacles. And with the 5 of Pentacles, I know this is going to be a very interesting reading. Bold choice. It shows me that you're a very bold person, very strong character, pile number 3. Not afraid of anything, quite adventurous. Let's find out who you are from your cards, pile number 3, and what draws people to you. So, wow, you have Neptune with Dreams and Transcend. Okay, quite intrigued. What else? Ooh. You have the Raven, Keeper of Secrets. I knew this pile was going to be very interesting. Okay. So you also have, my goodness, the Stingray. Okay. All right. Let's put this here. And take a look at your tarot cards now. All right, so pile number 3, you have the 9 of Wands. Very confident person. Very clear from your choice as well. You have the Root of Wands, which is the Knight of Wands. A lot of wand energy, a lot of powerful energy. You have the Devil, of course. Bold, for sure. You have the Unseen. How interesting. That's an extra card in the deck. All right. And pile number 3, you also have the Two of Pentacles, moment to moment. You have Breakthrough with the Justice card here. And you have the Six of Pentacles with Compromise. Very interesting character in pile number 3. Yes, from the very beginning, obviously, it was very clear that you're a bold person. Nothing in the world scares you, pile number 3. And that's one of the things that draws people to you. Because you might have started off in a bad situation, perhaps at life, or a difficult situation, and you were able to break out of it and create something big. And if that wasn't the case, in general, whatever challenges that you face, pile number 3, you are the sort of person that transcends, with Neptune here, the situation. You're able to dream big. You're bold. You're not afraid. You go after what you want. You take it little by little. You're patient, but you're very persistent. Very bold in your big dreams, and you are not going to let go until you achieve these big dreams. Only you, with the Unseen here, pile number 3, only you are capable of seeing these big dreams. Now, what draws people to you, pile number 3, is that you constantly create big achievements. You know, you with the 9 of Wands here, you work very discreetly behind the scenes, quietly. You don't let anyone know about your secrets or what you're up to. You work very hard. You put your heart and soul. You manifest it, and boom, you create something super big that people weren't expecting. And all of a sudden, people are absolutely shocked. They cannot believe you've done all of these big achievements. And it draws all eyes on you. Now you have people questioning you and questioning, wondering how you were able to break out of this situation. How you were able to see there's a lot of breaking in your reading, pile number 3. You're able to achieve big things in life. And whatever you put your heart, mind, and soul into, it always gives you back. And so with the Raven here, of course, there's no question. You're someone who's highly spiritual, pile number 3, in touch with your manifestation powers, and you don't have time to engage yourself into the chitter chatter or the pity talk. The pity groups. You don't have time for that, pile number 3. All you know is that you have big dreams in your heart with all of these wands and Neptune, and you are here to make them come true. Nothing is going to lock you down. Nothing is going to chain you. You are always out to create what your heart desires. And the amount of big breakthroughs that you create really attracts people to you. It makes your name known. It draws attention to you. People want to now find out more about you. They want to talk to you. They want to get to know you. You become very popular just by focusing on these very big dreams of yours. Pile number 3. And that's the first thing that draws people to you, that's very evident in your reading. And despite all of that, pile number 3, you, at the end of the day, you do seem like someone who's quite humble with all the breakthroughs and the achievements that you are capable of doing. You seem like, down to earth, humble. You're not walking around feeling like you're more special than other people. You're kind to other people, and you're a giving person as well with the 6 of Pentacles. You don't mind sharing knowledge. It's not like, hey, can you tell me what you did, and now you don't want to give the information out because someone might compete with you. Far from that. You give it all out and you help people, because to you don't have that jealous aspect to you. You're very focused on developing yourself. You have a lot of self-confidence in yourself, pile number 3, and you're with the stingray, you're focused on personal growth. And when you find that someone has something that you love, you don't get jealous. You're very inspired by them. And because you always want to grow, you have this eagerness to grow and get better and change your situation and reach your dreams. You watch what they do and you learn from them. And you're quite comfortable with challenge. In comparison to other people. Challenge has become your new comfort zone because you like to grow so much. It's very easy for you to jump into a challenging situation, to learn more about it, to find out what to do. In fact, it's almost instinctual. You cannot help yourself but step into it and learn more about the things that you want to do, because your eyes are set on the prize. They are always set on your dream and your target and what you want to achieve in life, and you're always on the go. And it's not like it's tiring you, which it does sometimes, but your heart, this is where your heart is at. Pile number 3, this is where your call is at. You just want to grow and experience different things in life and see what you haven't seen, and there are always what ifs in your mind, and all of this draws you to growing, and it makes you a very interesting person overall. People love listening to your dreams and what you want to achieve. They love listening to the tone of the confidence in your voice when you talk about how you're going to do something or how you're going to achieve a certain thing. And so when you share bits and pieces of what you want to do, not only does it awestruck people, but then they start questioning you with things like, yeah, well, how are you going to do this? And how are you going to do that? And then you respond back with so much strength and power by saying, of course I'm going to do that. How can you even doubt something like that? In order to do that, you have to do 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. You have to be willing to do that. And I'm going to do this. And they find that you figured it out already. You've thought about it. You have your pieces together, and they cannot help but bite their tongue, wish you the best of luck, bite their tongue if they're jealous, and wish you all the best of luck. And there's nothing to say more after watching someone, hearing someone speak, and they know exactly what they're going to do. And you're just a very inspiring person, pile number 3. You're going to one day perhaps become one of these millionaires or even billionaires in life, or someone who's achieved big things in life that are quite memorable. All from, I don't want to say nothing, of course, but all by yourself is what I'm looking for. All self-made, pile number 3. All self-made. Bravo, pile number 3. Bravo. Now with Neptune, the Raven here, this specific 9 of Wands and the unseen, this shows me that there's a lot of mystery and allure to you, pile number 3. You tend to spend most of your time alone. You're very busy. And so when you do show up, you're very fun to be around, but you set proper boundaries with people. And so with the little time that they have left here with you, this part was similar to another part here, this specific part. When they do see you, now they feel like they have a lot of questions. They have a lot of curious questions that they want to ask you. They want to get a piece of you. And they want to find out more about what you're up to. But they realize very soon that you set very strong boundaries. It's not easy for people, pile number 3, to get information from you. You're very smart with how you respond. You put people in their places. You answer whatever it is that you want to answer. You don't give information that you don't want to give. And what I mean by information, I mean by personal information, not information with help. And so there's a constant allure and a constant mystery surrounding you. Pile number 3, people want to know more. They're always thirsty for more. They never get to grasp what you're up to or who you are or what you're doing, unless they're lucky enough, of course, to get in your inner circle with the 6 of Pentacles here. There are very few people in your life, pile number 3, who are lucky enough to be quite close to you. And these people love you. They are your soul tribe here, your soul family. You're very careful about who you let in. It's like you have your eyes wide open. You're very talented and skilled when it comes to understanding people. You're very careful about the type of energies you let into your life, because you don't want to get the wrong energies in. And so this is why you're not constantly seen. This is why not a lot of people know a lot about you. And that's what creates this aura around you. It also creates a lot of respect around you. You don't speak much, you're not there much, but you have a strong presence. And so people can't help but respect you, but at the same time be very curious about you and take it slow with you and hear what you have to share when you have to share it. And so when you do share, the room's quiet and people listen to you. They want to know what you have to say. Pile number 3, very strong presence in your reading. And that, of course, this type of presence draws people more towards you. Isn't it really funny how we're doing a reading about what draws people to you, and then you have the devil card here with someone drawing people in, you know? It's like people can't help to be drawn to you, pile number 3, with all your mystery and your big breakthroughs and your growth and what you're capable of achieving. You become such an interesting person that everyone can't help but be drawn to you, pile number 3. Pile number 3, it was a pleasure doing this reading for you. I always say, I know I have unique viewers. Thank you for being here, pile number 3. Thank you for being so special. And when you achieve big things one day, I hope you remember me. And it was lovely connecting with you. And if you've enjoyed this reading, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel so that you never miss a reading that I upload. Don't forget to click on your notification bell, and I'll catch you in the next reading. Oh, and don't forget to check my productivity book if you want to be more productive and manifest things in your life. And I'll see you later. Bye. Hi, pile number 4. So you've chosen the Page of Pentacles, and let's find out more together about what draws people to you. Pile number 4. So first and foremost, you have, interesting. You have opposition, imbalance, a point of tension, a power struggle. Love that, okay? Remember, we're doing a reading about what draws people to you. And you have the Page of Pentacles. right? Right, I'll adjust that later. Let's just take a look at your cards now. You have the cauldron, the womb. Interesting. Okay. How about we push them here now that we have all this space? Yes, much better. Okay. You also have pile number 4. Ooh, you have the zebra. A visionary. Pile number 4. Okay, interesting. Right. You also have strength. Wow. You have the chariot. Wow, wow. The amount of energy in your reading here with strength. The power, not energy. The amount of power in your reading is undeniable. Okay. You have the magician. You have the 3 of Pentacles. Love it. And your last three cards are the 2 of Cups with friendliness. Wow. You have the Page of Swords with mind. And you have the Hermit with aloneness. Wow. Pile number 4. So very powerful energy indeed. There's no denying that in your reading, pile number 4. Now, I feel like with all this power and all this strength that you have, I can't help but see that you are a visionary person, a person who has a vision, is able to manifest the things that they want, to move forward with force. But that's not just your regular manifestation here. I see with your reading that people straight away see from a very young age in you, pile number 4, is that you are going to amount to something very big. You're a force you're a force to be reckoned with. Straight away, this is very apparent. Some of you could have been chosen leaders from a very young age. Not necessarily, but you could have been. Some of you were interested in running for president of the class, president of the student union, something like that, president of your club, a leader of your friends. So you have very powerful energy, and it's very apparent to people. You are one of these people who right away you can tell that you cannot mess with. You're, I won't say nice to people, but I will say you are a friend to people. For sure. You have this perhaps classy demeanor to you, that is very poised and quite graceful, or quite respectful to people. And it makes you, of course, very charming, because the most thing that exudes from you is power, strength, leadership, and you're always up to big things from the very beginning of your life. You don't want your regular job. You don't want your regular success. Of course, you want to succeed, but you succeed with power. Pile number 4. You have a piercing look. A lot of you have a piercing look in their eyes, and that kind of scares people a little bit. But at the same time, your powerful energy really draws people to you. Here I can see that you can't help but command respect from people, command attention. And people are drawn to you because they feel like you're capable of doing things with the cauldron, of birthing things, of achieving big things. You exude this energy of being powerful manager, a powerful CEO, the president of an organization. You have that power to you naturally. And so if you one day have your own business, pile number 4, you're going to be commanding respect from the people who work with you very easily. You're going to lead them very easily. You're able to negotiate things very easily. And it's really funny here, because what I'm feeling here with your power is that perhaps with the friendliness here, some of you could have a sense of humor that blurs the lines between you being powerful and making people feel bad, so they let what you want go because you joked about it, but you weren't really low-key joking, you know? Low-key you weren't joking. High-key it appeared as a joke. The way you command what you want, the way perhaps you command discounts in your negotiation, the way you command the services that you want, command the delegation that you want. And surprisingly, because you're funny, or there's something pleasant, very, very, very pleasant in your character, wittiness, sense of humor, people love you. And because you're kind at heart as well with the 2 of Cups, you make sure at the end of the day with the 2 of Cups that your cup is filled and other people's cups are filled. Yes, you negotiate, you make sure that what you want works out the way that you want it, but you're beautiful at heart, and you also love to help people, and there's beauty in your personality despite this, I don't want to say terror, it's such a big word, but despite this power that you have, this piercing eye look, there's a lot of kindness in your heart. And so people love you but fear you very much at the same time. Pile number 4. What draws people to you as well, pile number 4, is that you are very good at creating wealth. You're abundant. One day you're also going to be creating a lot of wealth. You know how to negotiate to get, should I say, quick money as well? Things like being the middle person. You don't like wasting your time in small deals. You like to negotiate for big things. I don't know why your work is appearing here, but it's part of your character. Even when you're going out and having fun, you're able to pinpoint opportunities very quickly, put people together, put opportunities together. It's like there's middleman energy in your reading here. And I'm seeing that you have the boldness and the strength to move it forward, to negotiate it, and say, and you always put deals together so that you make a profit out of it. That's coming in your energy. Or put different people together so that you help others, or you help yourself one way or the other. You find opportunity in everything, pile number 3, and hence it helps you with building wealth. It helps you with networking. It helps you with growing within your own organization. It helps you within growing your own business. This negotiation and being able to pinpoint opportunities. And so what draws people into you is that they love listening to the ideas that you have within that. When you listen to people's issues, discussing why they're not able to sell, why they have a problem at home, why they have a problem with this or that, you're very quick to pinpoint where the problem is. Why aren't you downloading this app that can do this and this and this to you? Why are you wasting your time? Don't you know that there is a service that does this? Don't you know if you prep, you're going to do this and this? You always have very smart ideas on how to connect things, how to make things work, pile number 4. And it makes people feel like you're capable of doing so much, capable of doing things. You're very progressive as well with your thoughts and your solutions. You're very up to date. You're very skillful. And people love listening to either the business deals that you're making, the negotiation that you're having with others around them, how you deal with others in such a powerful, strong way, yet with your witty sense of humor. They love watching your character in general and the solutions that you bring to the table and how you're able to help them out or help two entities together so that you help yourself as well. Very interesting character, of course, overall. And with the womb, you're constantly birthing things. You're unstoppable. It's like a golden chicken that does not stop getting eggs, you know? You're always birthing new ideas. You watch a problem and you say, hey, you know what? I'm going to do a business that solves this and this and this and that. And of course, you have a lot of ideas. Sometimes at the beginning of your life, these ideas would tend to shatter you in different directions. Now you're wiser and you take the time to cook your ideas and go towards them. But it still kicks you in the heart that there are a lot of ideas that you don't have the time for. And you have it at the top of your mind to do them one day. The more you grow yourself and your wealth and your establishment, the more you'll be able to go after these beautiful dreams that you have. Pile number 4. Such an interesting character. Unbelievable. Yeah. You exude power, pile number 4. One day with a Page of Pentacles here. That's just the beginning, as well as the Magician and the Chariot and the Strength. You're going to create big things in life. And you'll be able then to entertain a lot more ideas that you get. You'll have more experience on how to apply these beautiful ideas with strength. And along the way, you'll build a wonderful team and a wonderful organization or empire that's just going to grow and multiply with you. Pile number 4. Pile number 4, I'm so intrigued. It was such a pleasure meeting you. And if you've enjoyed this reading, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel so that you never miss a reading that I upload. Don't forget to click on your notification bell. And if you're interested in my productivity book on how to become more productive and manifest things in your life, you'll find it down in the description box. And I'll catch you in the next reading. Bye.